I quit my job at Google, built this prototype for 10 grand, used that in order to talk to a couple of investors, get some co-founders, and then the first group of idiots to say yes to giving me money was Techstars. And they gave me $100,000 for 6% of our business on a convertible note. So we picked up and left San Francisco and we moved to Boulder, Colorado 2 months before the pandemic started. And then halfway through the Techstars program, all of a sudden the pandemic starts and we go entirely remote. And we had really never used like Google Meet or Zoom before, and we were really scared shitless that we had just quit our jobs. Now only had, $60,000 in the bank for 4 co-founders and 2 interns, and had to basically come up with a business. So Techstars is an amazing program. I really felt like they cared a lot about me as a founder. So the Techstars model is they have 10 companies per cohort and 1 managing director and 1 assistant director. And so you kind of get nearly 2 full-time people to focus on you and your business. And they bring in all these great mentors and advisors. And each company is actually given, I think, like 5 mentors to meet with every week. And so you're surrounded by love, attention, and support, as well as are given kind of pretty fundamental 101 lessons around financial models and B2B versus B2C business models and how to build in a certain way, how to set your values as a team, how to be mission aligned, how to work well as co-founders. And for first-time founders, I mean, these lessons are revolutionary. And one of my favorite things that I remember so clearly that I loved about Techstars was the CEO roundtable. And every week for an hour, we'd go in a circle and give updates on how's it going, what are we working on, what do we need help with, etc. And I remember 3 times out of the 15 times we did it, I broke down crying and was like, I'm so overwhelmed, I'm so stressed, I have no idea what we're building, everything seems crazy, I don't know if I'm gonna do it. And to have the support of other CEOs, people who have been maybe doing their businesses for years or were maybe serial entrepreneurs, was kind of amazing and really gave me the confidence to keep going in those very early days. And I look back and now I crack up, kind of at how far I've come. And but it was really nice to sort of have that. So we did YC summer of 2020 after we did Techstars winter of 20. And because of the pandemic, we were actually the first ever remote batch for Y Combinator. And they had no idea what they were doing. It was very new and hard and difficult to run a batch virtually. And I think unfortunately we lost a lot of the value that you get out of being in person with your kind of fellow cohort members. But we did our best on Zoom. The co-founders and I actually moved to Oahu in Hawaii, which was really fun to be like near the beach while also building the company. I think some of the things that I learned from Y Combinator, probably the simplicity of just having 1 or 2 core metrics that matter and really moving the needle on them. And the accountability of every week coming to this group meeting where the question was, how much revenue do you have this week? Is it more than last week? And that was it. It was just like, you have more revenue than before. And it was kind of like, dang, like, that's it. That's all that matters is revenue. And at the end of the day, that is what a business is. But there are so many founders who spend a lot of time focusing on things that don't matter, or user growth or user happiness, or number of brands signed up, or number of partners, or number of logos, or number of design partners. And it's like, that's all fluff, man. Shut up and give me the money. And so I think that their emphasis on revenue or die was a good lesson for us. The thing that Techstars specialized in was personal growth and development as a leader, whereas then going to Y Combinator a few months later, I think they specialized a lot more in metrics and business value and maximizing, investment dollars afterward from their FOMO tactics and kind of investor network. We actually have the top ranking article on Google right now for Y Combinator versus Techstars, which is better.